Hello and welcome back to the Publishing Push channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about audiobooks. We're going to give you the statistics on why audiobooks are so popular, how the market is doing, why as an author I think that you should definitely have an audiobook, and much more. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, click that like button, and now let's get into the video. Audiobooks are growing rapidly. Revenue generated by audiobooks is forecast to increase at a rate of 19.6% per year. So it's big business. Audiobooks are also stealing market share from ebooks and paperbacks. And the size of the audiobook market in the UK is currently around £166 million. In the USA, the audiobook market has grown to around $1.3 billion, which is around about £1 billion at the time of making this video. Audiobook consumption is also growing. So around 46% of adults in the USA have purchased or have consumed an audiobook. I'm going to start by explaining why people love audiobooks and why, as an author, you should be releasing your books in audiobook format. Once I've covered that, I'm then going to explain the process and go into how audiobooks are actually produced. So, first off, click that like button, smash it as hard as you can, or give it a little tap. Both are equally appreciated and they make sure the video is seen by more authors. Do subscribe if you haven't done so already, and please turn that notification bell on to make sure you're notified when we release new videos so you don't miss out on any of the great content that we have coming here. Why are audiobooks growing in popularity? Well, really, it makes sense. Podcasts have grown dramatically, and audiobooks are really an extension of this shift in our consumption. There was a recent survey conducted, and people were asked what they view as the key benefits of an audiobook. So, what's the benefit? Why listen to audiobooks? 26% of the participants said they listen to audiobooks in order to save time. And yes, it's much faster than, of course, sitting down and reading a book. The other 26% said it's because they like listening to a story. So it's like having someone read them a story. And 13% said it helps them build knowledge. So this is most likely non-fiction consumers. 16% said that it helped them build concentration. Not 100% sure on that answer. Maybe they just didn't have an answer, but that was what 16% said. And then the remaining 19% made a variety of different miscellaneous reasons. The next question they were asked is, where do you consume your audiobooks? So 31% said driving, commuting, road trips. 25% said housework and DIY. 18% said while they're exercising or at the gym. And 10% said walking, or more specifically, walking the dog. The remaining 16% again just said a range of miscellaneous activities. Sounds great so far. So audiobooks are fantastic, but are there any cons to audiobooks? The three biggest were taking notes, so actually capturing the ideas from the audiobook with non-fiction. It's easy to lose track, was what 27% said. And bad narrators were, the other 13%. So finally, they also asked people, how many audiobooks do you listen to in a month? Only 4% of people said none. Everybody else listened to at least one audiobook or more, with some people listening to as many as 7 audiobooks in a month. So, put simply, do you want more book sales? I hear you saying, don't we all? So to help you get more book sales, we created the Book Marketing Hub. It's a 2-day event we're going to be holding in May, where we teach you everything you need to know in order to improve your book sales, sell more books, learn more about book marketing. If you're interested, click the link below for full details. So now we know why authors should be producing audiobooks. Let's talk about the actual process to go ahead and produce an audiobook. So the first step, no surprises, you need to have your manuscript completed. Once we have a completed manuscript, then we can actually move on and start the audiobook process. So usually authors will get their ebooks and their paperbacks done first, release those, get them out into the world, and then add the audiobook after once those are live. It adds a nice boost to your marketing efforts. You know, it's a new marketing angle. So it's a really great way just to regenerate some more interest in the book and, you know, keep having new items to talk about from a marketing standpoint. So the very first step is we need to find you a narrator. You can narrate the book yourself, but we do recommend getting a professional to do this. Remember, the third biggest con to audiobooks was listed as bad narrators. So don't make that mistake. Don't fall into that trap. You know, an expert is really gonna help just bring your book to life. As I said before, you can do this yourself, but it is a lot harder than people think to narrate a book if it's not something that you're doing day in and day out, that you're an expert at. So what we do for our authors is we collect your requirements. You know, what accent do you want? You know, what should the gender of the narrator be? And are there any other specifics? You know, are there any other, you know, voices or accents that potentially the narrator is going to have to do? And we'll then contact our network and source some samples for you. So we get the potential narrators to read these samples, and then we'll send them to you to review those. And you can then come back to us when, you know, you're happy with one of the samples. You don't pay any money until then, and then we'll get it set up and they will start work. And then of course we'll provide you with a final draft. So, you know, when it's actually recorded, they've read your book, we'll send that back to you for final approval. So after this, then of course you say, you know, I'm happy with that. Then the audiobook file needs to be produced. This is similar to, you know, a recording artist, a musical artist finishing off their album. It's the very final tweak to make sure that the audio sounds fantastic. And then once this is done, we upload the files and all the other items, such as, you know, the cover to iTunes, Amazon, Audible, etc. We also have to make sure that it fits into that format, all the chapters, you know, so people can skip around and everything. And then, of course, the very, very final step is the distribution. So then it's getting the book out there onto all the platforms so that people can actually download it, enjoy it, listen to it, and of course, you earn money. We hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please do give it a like so more authors can find this great information. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Comment below with any topics that you would like us to cover, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.